All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me here on this very early Saturday morning. If you're, in the U.S., it's early Saturday morning. If you're somewhere else, maybe it's late morning or even early afternoon. But welcome. How's everybody doing? I'm not quite sure what kind of a turnout we're going to get, but it's okay. Not a big deal because there will be a lot of replay value regarding this show because it's a very interesting topic that anyone can learn from. And I've certainly learned a lot, regarding this topic. But before I share my thoughts on that, let me make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. And it absolutely is. And once again, as I mentioned a second ago, we're simulcasting live on Facebook. Let me just ensure Facebook's rolling properly. Here we go. As I mentioned a second ago, we're simulcasting live on Facebook. Let me just ensure Facebook's rolling properly. It sure is rolling properly, Coach Eli. So we're ready to rock and roll. And one more piece of business, as always, before we get to it, I'd like to pay special props to this channel's sponsor. That's none other than my great longtime friend of over 10 years, Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. If you would like more information about the Discover Community Network, please go to the description section about a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things. There's a link to the main site, discovercommunitynetwork.com, and a link to one of their many subsidiaries. The one I share on top of the main site is the DCN Internet Radio Network at dcninternetradionetwork.com. So check out those sites and reach out to Troy for all of your branding and marketing needs. And, Troy is just an amazing guy. He does lots of things to help communities on top of his branding and marketing. He has great products and services that are offered through other partnerships. And if you just want to learn more and take your branding and marketing to the next level at a very reasonable price with the best service you're ever going to get, reach out to Troy and he'll definitely take care of you. Once again, Troy, thank you for your continued sponsorship and patronage of this channel. Thank you so much for being here. Oh boy. Yeah. Apparently, I will say this. One or two people, I'm just going to mention, I really don't care because I'm going to speak my mind and say whatever I want because this is part of my life coaching. Apparently, some guy that used to be a part of my channel, when I first met him, his channel's name was Y2K Homie. He then changed his name to Homie B Huncho. And he had a falling out with me for a reason that I really don't know. He was part of my channel for almost a year. I even interviewed him on here over a year ago. Obviously, that interview's on private for, the reasons that this guy just cannot behave maturely, right? And he's tried to come back to my channel many times after being banned, and now he's decided to either troll me. It's either him or it's my super troll known as a doctor, the guy I have a restraining order on. So, it's all good. It's all good. Just know that I've got mods that you're not seeing here right now. They are actually, watching behind the scenes. Plus, Nightbot is programmed to take care of you. So do what you got to do. And if you bypass Nightbot and the YouTube block words list, we'll just make an example out of you. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. But regardless of who you are, Homie B Huncho, whoever you are, right? Or if you're the doctor, pretending to be him, what's the purpose of this, man? Seriously, you're not going to trigger me. It's very comical. It's rather comical to me that you sit around like some other people and watch my every move all day, every day. Do you not have any better things to do, sir? I'm just saying. And if you're struggling with finding things to do because your life is so miserable, I can actually help you overcome that if you really would like. So, but you're not open to it. You just rather troll because you're a jealous guy of me for some reason. I don't know what there is to be jealous of. I'm just another, average everyday individual looking to help people. But you do you, bro, and I'll do me, and we'll handle you as you come across. It's not a big deal. All right. So let's get to the topic of tonight's stream. We don't have a whole lot of people on here right now. We only have 4 people here. It is 3:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 12:50 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I'm going to get to the material here that I want to discuss. And if there isn't that much engagement, we may wrap up the show within 30 to 45 minutes. I was thinking of this topic. I've been thinking about this topic for a while. And the topic is, how much time do you spend on YouTube/social media, and what do you get out of it? One more time. How much time do you spend on YouTube/social media, and what do you get out of it? I think that one of the biggest issues that we have in the modern world is not the fact that social media is available and it's made it easier for us to stay connected, right? Especially, if we have friends all over the world, or if you live here in the U.S., if you have friends that live in a different state or not nearby, and you're not able to, catch up with them as often as you used to, you can go on their Facebook, for example, if you're friends with them on Facebook, and, see what they're putting out there. That's pretty normal. I think where the problem lies, where the problem started to happen, started to get really bad, is when the invention of this came out. In 2007, Apple released the first iPhone. So that's about a little over 13 years ago. They released the first iPhone, and it wasn't able to do nearly what the latest iPhone and best iPhone for the current time, so the new one comes out later this year, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I mean, this thing, yeah, they call it a phone, but it's actually a portable computer that is actually more powerful than my laptop, to be honest with you. Now, there are things that, I could not run these streams the way I do them without a laptop, but I'm saying the processor in this thing is the A14 processor, and it smokes my laptop's i7 quad-core processor, right? And so, when these smartphones came out, we started to be able to basically carry our computers everywhere we go. And it's actually, in my opinion, affected us from being able to enjoy, real life, right? Supposedly, these devices were made, and social media was made to connect us easier with people, right? So that way, we can keep in touch, like I said, when we can't see each other. But then what happens when we get together to spend time together in person, right? Instead of turning these things off, we're on them all the time wherever we go. We're always checking Facebook statuses, YouTube videos, emails, instant messages, text messages, right? We just can't seem to turn them off. Now, I have to admit, I can be guilty of that at times. But for the most part, when I'm hanging out with people, I use the phone. I use the phone to, make appointments or, reconnect with friends, and, use it to, say, hey, I'll meet you here at this time, or I'll just pick up the phone and call them, right? And once I get there, I try to minimize my smartphone usage. The only time I'll use my smartphone when I'm out with somebody is, let's say, for example, I'm on the hiking trail and I want to use a hiking app to track the hike, the distance, the calories burned, etc., or maybe use the GPS through the All Trails app to make sure that I'm still on the proper trail. So, there's a right and a wrong way to use a smartphone when you're out in person. But regardless, I feel that the smartphones have made it so much easier to, constantly be on social media sites to the point of where we just can't check out to enjoy what we used it for, to connect with people in person, right? That's the thing. So give me 1 second here. Let me check out Facebook and see if anything is going over there. We have one person on Facebook. I'm curious. Is that you, Darren? Are you out there on Facebook? There is one viewer in the middle of the night. So share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll check back on Facebook in just a little bit. So what do I feel is the best way to manage and handle your social media? Well, that's something that my sponsor and my good friend Troy does. But I'll give you some tidbits, and if you want to learn how to better manage your social media, whether you use it for business or personal, Troy can help you. More so, it would make sense for business. But hey, if you need help, managing your social media presence, even at a personal, non-business level, Troy and I can help you. It's not something that you're going to be able to monetize. Typically, people will go to Troy for help with their business social media presence. But hey, if you struggle with your social media presence and you struggle how to manage it properly, and it consumes you to the point of where you just can't enjoy your real life, we can help you with that. I can actually, help you with that even outside of Troy. So let me know if you need help regarding that. Now, what I feel is an adequate amount of time. I think this is a good method that I use. When I get up in the morning, I'll typically check my emails. I will check my Facebook messages, my Google Hangouts messages. I'll check, my notifications on my phone and on my laptop. I will take about a half an hour and quickly go through everything, and then, respond to people that a response is warranted. Now, folks, you're going to get a lot of emails and messages through social media and emails and stuff like that. And it can be quite overwhelming. What's a good way to, to balance that out? Well, you don't have to respond to everything. There's a difference between something warranting a response and something that doesn't warrant a response at all. Also, there are things that warrant an immediate response and things that you can put off for a day or two, right? If you have a friend that reaches out to you and says, "Hi, it's been a long time, since we've talked. Let me know if you have some free time later this week or next week, and you'd like to reconnect, blah, blah, blah," right? Now, does that warrant a response right away? No, it's not an urgent matter. Does that mean you shouldn't prioritize it? No, if it's a friend you care for, you should prioritize it. But, that's not going to take priority over something like this, for example. Hey, Eli, I've got an issue. I need to purchase your emergency phone coaching session. Can you help me out today? That's something that I would push to the top. You see the difference? I'm not trying to take away from the longtime friend that hasn't, connected with me in a while and is trying to reconnect, but I can get back to them later that day after I'm done with this emergency phone coaching session, or even, tomorrow or the next day, and say, "Hey, sorry, I've been busy with work. I would love to reconnect. Let me know when your schedule is free," right? And you can just take it from there. It's all about prioritizing and not getting, caught up in the vortex of social media craziness, right? So, yeah, not a lot of people are here tonight. This is interesting. Usually, when I've done these live streams at Friday nights going into Saturday morning, there are typically more people. We do have 12 people on right now, but not many people chatting. Who's out there in the chat that's not blocked, or are people just trolling and lurking right now? So again, you check out your social media and your emails, first thing in the morning, when you get up, do it over coffee. I like to do it over coffee. And then you get started with your day. Many of you work a day job, and so you have to get ready to go to work and do your thing. If you're self-employed like me, you have daily tasks that you do to run your business. So you want to get to that. Now, how often should you check your social media throughout the day? And is it okay to glance at your phone every now and then to see if something urgent pops up? Nothing wrong with that. Just don't let it consume you, right? Now, again, you have to prioritize it, because once you start getting busy and once you have a pretty decent sized social media presence like I do, you're going to have people reaching out to you all day, every day through Facebook Messenger, through Hangouts chat, through email, through LinkedIn, right? You're going to have a ton of people reaching out to you. And if you are constantly looking at your phone and constantly responding to things throughout the course of your day, you're going to lose track of what you're trying to accomplish for your business that particular day. You can easily get distracted and lose focus on what you need to accomplish, and that can help you from, or that can prevent you from moving forward. Which is what I'm trying to say. So what I do typically throughout my days, I'll glance at my phone once every maybe 15 or 20 minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes or so. But typically, like, I have my phone. It's, the new iPhones have, wireless charging. I have an iPhone pad charger where I just put the phone right on top of the pad and it's charging. So it's always 100% full. And I can just glance over and take a look and see. I just got a friend request from somebody. Been getting a lot of friend requests from. This is probably a troll. No, it looks like a legitimate account, but I don't even know this person. Why is this person sending me a friend request? And another thing, folks, do not accept friend requests on Facebook from people that you don't know. Especially if you're a YouTuber or you have a social media presence. Facebook is typically where you're going to put a little more of your personal stuff out there, and I'm not saying it's 100% personal. Don't put anything out there that you don't want the whole world to see, but there are some things you're going to put out there that you prefer to not, have trolls and haters and other creators out there make content off of. So you have to be real careful with who you're, connecting with on Facebook. I don't connect with somebody that I don't know, right? Primarily, I use it to connect with in-person business contacts, friends, family, people from my high school days, etc. Information Man Show, I had a grip on life, says peace and respect. Peace and respect to you too, bro. How you doing? Welcome to the show. We're probably not going to be on too terribly long. Not a whole lot of people here. I'm just sharing my thoughts about, how much time should people spend on social media? Does social media consume you? I was more so looking to have some people here that can engage and share their feedback, but because we don't have that here tonight, I'm just going to share my thoughts, and then maybe we can talk more about this another time. So glance over at your phone every 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so, but don't look at it every 1 or 2 minutes or so, like some people do, right? And another way to prevent yourself from, that's good that you're well. Thank you, Information Man Show. The way to prevent yourself from getting distracted throughout your days when you're in your home office like I am, or if you're at work, you either want to put your phone on vibrate or put your phone to silent. I put my phone to silent while I'm live on the air, and silent typically throughout my days when I'm in my home office, because even if I put my phone to vibrate, it doesn't ring. I'm going to hear this buzz, right? And when you hear that buzzing sound, it's a natural reaction. It triggers your natural reaction to look and see, what that sound means, right? It's typically a notification on your phone, right? So a way to, psychologically psych out your mind, to not get overly consumed by every single notification that comes on your phone as it comes through instantly, put your phone to silent, turn off the ringer and turn up the vibration and leave your phone to silent, and set up your phone to where you get all notifications showing on your screen. Now, a lot of phones nowadays, like on the iPhone, and I believe Android does it now too, they group notifications. So if you get many notifications from Facebook, they will group them all together, right? They will put them all together and it'll say 10 notifications from Facebook, and then they'll display the latest one, right? But you can go into your phone and set it to show individual notifications. So, for example, if you have 10 Facebook notifications, you can set it to where it shows each notification line by line, and you can scroll through it. Now, I prefer to have notifications expanded, meaning that I want to see everyone on the lock screen of the phone, not just one notification saying you have 10 notifications on Facebook, swipe here to enter. The reason why I like that is because I can quickly glance at my phone and scroll through. If I had, let's say I have 50 notifications every half hour or hour, right? And trust me, that's not really a lot. There are people that get more, right? I want to scroll through and glance and see if there's something that needs an urgent response. And if there's something that needs a response by the end of the day, right? I can scroll through quickly without having to even open the app and see if something requires an urgent response. And if one thing requires urgent response, I can just swipe on that notification and my iPhone will quickly take me to that app, and I can respond quickly via Facebook Messenger, Google Hangouts, or wherever that notification, is linking me to. So that's a little trick that I use to maximize my time to the point of where I don't have to sit there and see one big notification that's batching them all together saying you have 12 notifications on Facebook. Click here to see your notifications. Then you click on that or you swipe on that and it takes you to Facebook. Then you get everything. Then you're logged on to Facebook. So now people are sending you instant messages. I mean, you can get caught up in this vortex and lose focus on what you should be really doing, which is running your business or doing your job if you're at work, right? It amazes me how many friends I have that are on their phones all day, every day while at work. I remember the days where I used to work in the in retail in the corporate world, that you want to be caught dead looking at your phone. And back then we didn't have smartphones, but we still had texting, and we still had, we had Blackberries, we had other devices, right? But back in those days, you wouldn't be caught dead, looking at your phone. Nowadays, people are even on their phones at work. And quite frankly, that can distract you from not doing your job, meeting your deadline, and that might even cost you your job. Why would you want to put yourself in that position? Those notifications are still going to be there at the end of the day or on your lunch hour. I mean, if you're working a day job, if you're working a non-self-employed job working for somebody else, you get typically 2 breaks and you get a lunch, right? And again, you don't want to consume your breaks and your lunch just being on your phone. You want to be able to sit down, relax, maybe, grab something to drink, coffee, or, eat something, right? Okay. But those are the times where you want to quickly look at your lock screen, scroll through, see if there's something that requires an urgent response. If it does, get back to that person quickly. And then, go back to enjoying your break and resting before you have to get back to work. If there are some other things that don't require an instant response or an immediate response, then okay, you can set up your phone or set up a reminder to get back to this person, when on your next break or, when you get off of work. There are many things you can do to manage your time better when it involves social media. And the reason why I've been focusing a lot on the smartphone is because our smartphones now have practically almost replaced our laptops and desktops. Now, the laptops and desktops will always be around because there will always be certain things that you can do much easier from a laptop or desktop than a smartphone. Like, I would not be able to run this stream in high quality using open broadcast software at the level I do it here on my smartphone. But for the most part, everything has gone to the smartphone. And the whole point of the matter is managing your time and learning how to, sift through people reaching out to you quickly, efficiently, and effectively. So that way you can get back on track to, doing your job. So you meet your deadline if you're working for somebody else, or if you're working for yourself, you probably have deadlines too, or you have other things you want to accomplish. So that way you're not going to consume yourself to the point of where, you're gonna be able to move your business forward a little bit each and every day, right? And even if you're self-employed, you have to hold yourself accountable, right? It's harder when you're self-employed because you're your own boss and you're not going to fire yourself, right? So it's much easier for you to glance over at your phone every few minutes and see if somebody sent you something, right? Okay? You can't let your phone or social media consume you. You have to manage your social media and allow it to work for you, not consume you and destroy you, right? That's what happens with many people. So, now how much time do I spend on social media daily? Now, like I said, typically, I take the first 20 minutes or half hour of my days to go through everything. That's perfectly normal. I may periodically check on things throughout the day, like I said, based on notifications on my smartphone. And then once my day is done, I may go take a walk if I don't do a walking stream, eat some dinner. And then as I'm, sitting back, kicking back on my couch and relaxing for a few hours before bed, at that point, I may, look at some things and, sift around a little bit on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or wherever. But I still won't focus more than 15 to 20 minutes on it, if that. So that is that. So I don't really have a whole lot more to say about this topic. I just wanted to come out here and share my thoughts. I was more so looking for engagement, but there aren't a lot of people here right now, and I don't expect that because it is 4:12 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 1:12 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We are at 27 minutes. So unless somebody has any questions on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm going to start wrapping this up in just a second, get some rest, and then I will return later in the morning or late morning to probably do an in-studio stream, and then I'll probably do a walking stream tomorrow. It all depends. Sometimes some last-minute plans for me happen on Saturday involving going hiking. If that opportunity arises, I'm definitely going to take that. But, if I end up not having plans tomorrow, which is right now I don't have plans, I'll do at least one, possibly two streams. If you have a topic that you'd like to hear me discuss and you'd like to have some engagement happen within the live stream chats, please email me your topics to Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com. And, if it's something that I feel would be beneficial for my entire audience to learn from, I'll get to your topic request as soon as possible. All right, folks, we are at, it just turned to 29 minutes. All right. Half an hour show, one of the shortest shows that I've done. It's all good. It's all good. I'm kind of glad it ended up this way because I, got my message out and I'm not here, for a couple hours. I'll be able to get some rest and be fully refreshed tomorrow to come back and give you guys some more content. So with that being said, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye.